Welcome to another edition of American Dream TV. I'm your host today, Scott Veerkamp. We're right back here in Indianapolis. And today I want to tell you, one of the things that I love so much about Indianapolis and about living in the Midwest is the change of the seasons. Now, every once in a while we get some crazy weather like we had last week. It was negative 35 degrees. Today we're at 64 degrees, but it doesn't matter. Wherever you live, everybody's looking for someplace fun to go to after hours, after they get off work. And today I'm going to introduce you to the Escape Room USA. Come on, let's go. Well, my wife and I and our kids, we came here and just had a great time. But tell us a little bit about the escape room and how all this came to be.
Well, it kind of came to be because my family, have a love of games and have for a long time. I think my husband has about 300 board games at home, so It's kind of his hobby. And he went on a business trip, and our family went with him. Our kids were little, and we did something called an escape room. And I kicked and screamed the whole way and said, "You're not locking me in a room. I'm not doing that." And then kind of the rest is history, because they had ideas and came up with different room scenarios the whole way home from that trip. I think our boys were 10 and 12 at the time. So the two of them and Brendan, and our daughter's like, okay. So we started looking for properties, they started writing room ideas, and then in 2015 we opened this location with 5 different escape rooms, and it was the first escape room in Indiana. So it was kind of a novelty to most people at that point. It was just really becoming something in the US, but also kind of in the world.
Sure.
And then in 16, business was so good here that we opened one in Fishers. Different kind of business there, a lot of family business. We opened there with 7 different rooms. And then in 2018, we opened in Columbus, Ohio. And then last year in Thanksgiving of 2021, actually, we opened in Westfield, Indiana, up at Grand Park. So
neat.
Across the company, we have 22 different themed rooms. So.
Wow. So how are things going? Things are going really well?
Good, very good. I think people look for something to do that's fun with family and friends, and lots of businesses come and do team building. It's great for date nights, it's great for parties, and it's really good for families.
Yeah. You guys want to give us the grand tour?
Sure.
All right, let's go. So you have 4 locations. How many rooms total?
22 across all the locations.
What's your favorite room?
Our favorite's always the one that we've built the most recently, because it's fun to get our hands dirty and get in there and really do the build.
Okay, what's the newest one?
Would you like to talk about the newest?
The newest room is going to be in Westfield.
Okay.
It's going to be Grand Elven Adventure. So you have to think mystical, orcs and elves.
So this room is actually built on the premise that what would have happened if the fire that destroyed part of IU, if the IU was never rebuilt after that. So what kinds of medical, what kind of historical, what kind of musical things, what would we not have in the world if IU wasn't rebuilt? So it's a different kind of room. It's more of a storyline timeline, and then you have to solve puzzles throughout that journey, and then you have to find the money to rebuild IU, and then as you progress further in the room, it shows you what IU is like today.
Wow, that's neat. Bert, thank you so much for having us in here again.
Absolutely.
Hey, and if you've not been to the Escape Room USA, you've got to come. This is so much fun. They've put a lot of detail into what they do, and over 6,000 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. You got to get here. This is a great place.
Thank you.